Welcome to the Open Job Pink Couch. Our topic today is Aruba. However, there's a caveat on Aruba, and that is a sustainable tourism report. And I have to tell you immediately, I'm afraid we're going to lose 50% of our audience. And I say that because when we publish information about sustainability, it doesn't gel. People are not engaged. And that is the primary question I have for you, since you've obviously really dug into the topic. How do we get people to really, pay attention? Because when you do research, people say, yeah, I'm very interested. I want to know about that. I want to support, the planet. I want to be part of this movement. But when there's information about it, it's too much. And I don't know why that is. So please share.
The how is to continue to talk about it. We have no option. So as Aruba, we are 70% dependent on tourism.
Yes.
In terms of GDP. And by the way, when you look at World Travel and Tourism Council data, you can look it up for the last 10 plus years. When you look at where Aruba ranks in terms of contribution of tourism to GDP in relative terms, we're always part of top 3. In the world, so out of to be precise, out of 184 countries. So for us, tourism is our culture. It is part of our DNA.
And is that because the island is essentially a bit of a rock? So it's not like you're going to grow pineapples, let's say.
Well, the reason I started seeing that is just to put it in context. So in our case, it is vital to pay attention to this. It is vital to not only invest on island in product development and destination development, but we need to focus more and more on protection. We've been in the business of tourism for over 50 years. Again, I grew up with, tourists at my house. It's very normal for us.
Right.
Very normal. However, the subject of sustainability is vital to the well-being of our people and to the well-being of our industry.
And of the existence of the country.
Yes, and the reason to talk about this is because it's a collective effort. We are an island with a total of 110,000 inhabitants. We receive on an annual basis approximately 2 million visitors. That's a huge footprint. That means that our visitors need to be part of that collective movement as well.
Would this be a fair statement then, that for you as well as for the industry, if we don't pay attention to sustainability and act on it, we won't have a product?
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. Okay. And let's go back. Let's reflect on this because it's not a new subject. So I get the question, of course. And we would not be doing it, by the way, if we did not know that it would work also from an economic sustainability aspect. Of course,
right.
First and foremost, we need to ensure that we continue to maintain that visitation, to increase it up to the level we want to, of course. So it's not that we're not taking that into account. But let's go back to pre-COVID. What was the buzzword at that moment? It was over-tourism.
Yes.
Many were talking about over-tourism. Right. This is not an Aruba thing. This is something that was very much present and still is in the world of travel and tourism. So we must not forget about that. And we need to, I would say, all destinations, whether it be focused on tourism, travel, or another industry, it is vital to talk about sustainability.
Let's then pivot into some of the meat and potatoes of what you found in your report. What sort of changes and how does the tourists themselves participate in that, in sustainability?
The recent research we conducted it over the period of June to August this year. We conducted research in 7 different countries, including Canada. And what we found is, specifically for the Canadian market, which matches the other markets, we found that 96% of respondents indicate that responsible tourism is important. So yes, that's where you're coming from. Everybody in the survey mentions that.
It feels like lip service sometimes.
And let me give you some other aspects. Very important in our role as the Aruba Tourism Authority and as the nation of Aruba is that in terms of Canada, for instance, 16% of respondents said we want to, yes, we want to do something, and we feel that we are given the tools and the information. That means that aside from that 16%, the remainder, the majority, do not feel that they know, and they get the tools and information as to how to navigate and what can I do. Because it's not necessarily about money. It's about simple steps. It's not only the big things, it's about small things as well. It's about understanding what we as a nation, in our case, value, what we protect, and what we want you to be aware of, and just simply, help us protect our island, our home, which gives us back so much,
right,
but which also gives back a lot to our guests and our visitors.
So are there certain sort of rules and regulations for the hospitality community? For instance, no plastic water bottles at hotels, that type of thing are being instituted?
Yes, we have several examples of steps we've undertaken.
Please share, yeah.
Let me give you one example. In 2017 already, Aruba, so it's mandated by law, instituted a law that says that the use of a single-use plastic is forbidden. So that's prohibited.
Right.
So for us, it is normal already that you won't find single-use plastic items.
Good.
So that's a very distinctive thing.
Yes.
We also prohibited the use of sunscreen containing oxybenzone.
Wow.
So as to protect the reefs, etc.,
Sure.
etc. So these are concrete examples. And of course, we promote the fact that our potable water is healthy, is delicious, as a matter of fact. So we even came up with a campaign where we refer to this as Paradise on Tap.
Oh, I love
So
it.
use your water bottle, your reusable bottle, and just, enjoy our delicious water. It's Paradise on Tap.
So it must be well water in that case, is it?
It's taken from the sea. So
desalinated.
Desalinated.
Wow,
Yes.
interesting.
Yes. So
Smart.
we're very
Okay.
proud about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Give me another example.
Another example would be that let's think about nature protection. So over 25% of our land is protected area. That includes also our national park. And I can say also that within the period of the past 10 years or so, we've added more protected areas to the totality. And that is, I trust that is a process that will continue as well. So with protection comes also guidelines, rules, even the park, the national park, which is called Parque Nacional Arikok. Even the park has instituted new regulations so as to protect the nature as well. So that's another example.
And are all these initiatives being promoted to consumers and to travel advisors in order to therefore, in a way, promote Aruba, of course, as a destination, as being, aware, conscious. But then again, you don't want to have too many tourists because that'll, so it's like it's a balance.
It's a
How do you
tricky
find
balance.
that?
It's a tricky balance, and so thank you for pointing that out because it is difficult. Our tourism model, we refer to it as one of as high value, low impact tourism model. And that high value, low impact tourism model stands for a balance between 4 aspects. All of them equally important. It is about the quality of life of our inhabitants. Secondly, about the economic contribution through tourism. Thirdly, about the protection of nature, environment, and our culture. And fourthly, and even as important, is the quality of the experience that we provide to visitors. All of these 4 things have to be in balance. So it is a tricky balance, but we continue to walk the path of focusing on that through different avenues. And my apologies, I went to the balance thing immediately because it is such a difficult subject.
No, but it's fascinating.
It is a very difficult subject.
And as you are in charge of finding that balance
together
point.
with others,
Together
because it's a
with
collective
others,
effort.
yeah.
But yes, we're proud to play a very, very important
Yeah.
and leading role in this. Yeah.
So maybe let's find a balance in this conversation too, and flip to the bambini, the welcoming, the experience, the vacation that people want when they go to a destination like Aruba.
Well, I indicated already, we're known for our beautiful beaches,
Yes.
our safety. What I say is basically consistently brought forward by visitors year in, year out. So, beaches, safety, hospitality, but a consistently high quality experience. And that experience, for instance, speaks a lot about the hotels, F&B options, which are diverse, but for a small island, more than 250 restaurants is a lot. So you've got all of those options, but also all of the other experience elements, so activities, etc., etc.
Does
so
the
we
Dutch
are
culture
so those
play a role? Sorry, does it play a role in
Absolutely.
hospitality and in
One
food,
of the
which is,
things-
you know, of course, very, very high level in the Netherlands?
One of the things that we're proud of is that, and that also is a driver of our hospitality, is not only the fact that we have been in the business of tourism for more than 50 years, it's part of our DNA, but the majority speak 4 languages.
Right.
So we can adapt, we
Makes
can
sense.
speak Dutch, Papiamento, our native language, English, and Spanish. However, I take it further. In terms of cultural elements, we can not only speak the language, but we understand and adapt cultural-wise as well. For instance, my favorite humor, one of the favorite humor, I mean, when talking about humor, the Dutch jokes.
Oh my God, hilarious sense
So
of humor. Yeah.
that I love that.
Yeah.
But I also like, listening to bachata.
Okay.
So I can relate. We can dance bachata. We can relate to other countries easily, and that I think gives people a sense of comfortability and
Makes sense.
a feel of being at home.
Makes
And
sense.
we're very proud that over 40% of our visitors from Canada are repeaters.
Ah,
So this market not only provides a high level of repeat business, but most of the Canadians also, the average length of stay is 8.7 nights. And yeah, it's by the way, it's our second largest market for Aruba.
We love hearing that.
Perhaps
We
people
love
don't know that, but
and we love hearing about the loyalty factor. That's great
yeah,
information.
we're so grateful. We're so grateful and so proud.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the update. I think you've given me a much better sense of, how sustainability can just be incorporated more naturally into a tourism product if people like you in a leadership position make it be a focus. So thank you for the update.
And the positioning message that we launched this year is when you love Aruba, it loves you back.
When you love
And that
Aruba,
says
it
it's
loves
very
you back.
profound.
Yes.
So it's not
Love
only
it.
a typical leisure positioning,
Yeah,
leisure
I get
destination
it.
positioning. There already. So when we want you to feel it, to dream it, and then to want it and to get it, we want you, when you start dreaming already about a vacation and making a choice, we want you to consider Aruba for all of the strengths that we have and the attributes. However, we are amplifying that and adding the elements that talk about protection and what we value as a nation.
Love it.
A nation that can mean so much for you as well. So we want to share our home with you.
Well said. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank you.
your time.
Thank you.
That was great.
Thank you.